Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Jarvis Scott. What's Happening Birmingham? Today I have the honor and pleasure of being with Miss Monique Johnson of Restorative Counseling Services. So Monique, good morning.
Good morning.
Monique decided to come on the podcast today because we're going to talk about a very important topic. Summer's out, school's out, and parents, you're probably wondering who's going to keep my kids? But we're not talking about summer camp today. We're talking about a very important topic, which is child molestation, child abuse. So Monique, let's talk about this for a moment.
Well, we find that in statistics that 1 out of 3 children, females, will be molested at some point in her life, and 1 out of 5 boys will be molested at some time in his life. So that's very alarming and concerning. And 30% of those are not even reported. So, here at RCS, Restorative Counseling Services, we see a lot of kids who are struggling with trauma from child molestation, and it's increasing.
All right, so break down and give us a definition of child molestation.
It's sexual assault against a person. So sexual assault could be a various of things. It's not always penetration, but it could be fondling, touching, even inappropriate talking to someone.
All right, and before you reached out to me, who are normally some of the people, the perpetrator or the abusers?
That's a good question, Jarvis. 90% of the perpetrators are someone that the child knows. So it's usually a relative, a neighbor, a friend. So it's hard to get around it because these kids are knowing the person who are perpetrating against them.
So you went back a moment ago, you was talking about 30% of it does not get reported.
And a lot of that is because you still have families with the mentality, what happens at home, stays at home, which we're trying to break that cycle. And also, because it's someone they know, they don't want to get them in trouble. That person is one they trust, and they feel obligated to not report it.
So what are some of the signs, specifically for parents to look for and the kids to look for?
For parents, depending on the size of your kids, what we found with smaller kids, if they've regressed, such as they were potty trained and not using the bathroom in bed, if they're complaining about their private parts, if they are typically, okay, go along kids, and then their behavior drastically changes, those are some things to look for. If you have a straight A student and all of a sudden their grades start dropping, those are some time to start asking questions.
All right, so let me ask you this. Maybe the children masturbate. Is that a sign, typically?
Yeah, because once they have been perpetrated or, engaged in that way, you can't just turn those feelings off. And so they have the need or the urge to satisfy that desire to fulfill a need that started from someone touching or having sex with them at a young age.
All right, one of the things I noticed when I came into your office, I looked around the different rooms, and we actually have one of the rooms, but you actually have the actual play therapy room.
Yes.
How does that play therapy kind of go into, the full circle of what you do as far as diagnosing and identifying?
Well, okay, so when we deal with smaller kids, my youngest kid has been 3 years old. And so we know they can't sit and talk like we do. So their language is through play, and their words are the toys that they use in the playroom. So the playroom has various things. We have a sand tray, we have Play-Doh, we have dolls, and all those things that they use, they speak to me during the therapy session. And so, for example, a little girl, we didn't know that she had been abused. She would take off all of the dolls' clothes. Okay. And she would take the 2 dolls and put them together as if they were having sex. And we later on found out that her older cousin had been molesting her.
Now, that's glad that you mentioned about a relative. So typically, most of the people that get sexually abused is by somebody they know.
90%.
90%?
90% is by somebody they know. That's a lot. And 90% of children who have a disability will be sexually abused at some point in their life.
Wow, so that goes into autism and things like that?
And also 47% of kids who have been sexually abused before the age of 8 will suffer from some type of mental illness such as depression and suicide.
Wow, so that kind of stretches into actually the bullying part of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they don't have the coping skills that we have because they already have that trauma to deal with. So it just like impacts it, and so they're targets for bullies.
All right, so what are some things that, if parents watching, right now, I know we discussed the signs, but what are some things that even, I know now people think about summer camps and different places like that maybe like, I don't know if I'm going to leave my kid here and things like that.
Education. You have to educate your kids on good touch, bad touch. And you can't exclude people. Some people say, unless it's mommy or daddy or uncle, then they can't touch you. Well, sometimes it is the uncle or it is the daddy. So you have to teach them that no one is excluded from bad touching and that they can come and talk to you. So you have to have a relationship with your kids so they can come to you and tell you that these things have happened to them. You have to be in tune with your kids because they won't trust you, and then these issues go unresolved. So educating your kids on good touch, bad touch, and that nobody is exempt from that.
I think I read somewhere online that typically kids that get sexually abused, they end up abusing other kids.
Absolutely. It's a cycle. Most kids who've come in, who I used to work at a place where we only dealt with perpetrators, and almost all of them had been perpetrated against. So it's just like, it's a cycle. And so what we do here is we try to educate the kids so we can break the cycle, and also educate the parents, because if we don't and it goes undealt with, the cycle continues.
So if someone decides to come to your use your services, kind of walk me through the step-by-step process and how you work with the patient.
They will call or go to our website and leave information. We call them back, find out what the need is, and then they come in for an intake, and we find out what the need is, what insurance they have, and then we just go from there.
All right. So with your services, is it like 100% confidential?
Absolutely.
So,
now, that's depending on the age.
Okay.
Now, you have to be 14 years, you can consent and say, I don't want my parents to know what's going on. So for these smaller kids who are coming in, the parents are a lot involved in treatment because they have to go home with them. So we practice from a holistic approach. We don't just treat the kid, we treat the family, because the family has to ultimately go back and deal with the kid. So depending on the age, we do let the parents know what's going on in the therapy session so we can all work as a team to get the kid where we need them to be.
Now, it's interesting you said that you actually was perpetrators. So with the perpetrators, how's that process? Is there a way you can, I'm not going to say change the person's mind, or,
Well, we work with them, the recidivism of them not reoffending.
Okay.
So we have to teach them these things aren't appropriate. They have to go through a phase of, and it's a whole curriculum actually, where they're dealing with identifying their abuse, being remorseful, and sometimes they have to actually go to the victim and have a conversation with them or write a letter to them. And so those kids have to be closely followed for a period of time to make sure that they're not reoffending. And depending on the age, they don't have to report or be on the list as a pedophile, but sometimes they do as a young age, depending on the offense.
So, what are like the statistics of people that go through counseling as far as tracing, do they actually, get over the abuse or find ways? Not say get over, let's say cope.
It depends on if it's reported. A lot of times it's not reported. So when it is reported, the reduce that with the rate at which they reoffend decreases when they go through counseling. When they don't have any counseling, then it just continues. A perpetrator will offend 117 times in their lifetime if they're not treated.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So, for more information, how can they contact you? Well, let me start off by saying, give you a little more. Let's find out more about you first. Why you got into this field and things like that.
I've been doing this for over 16 years. I've been in private practice for a little over 5 years. I wasn't called. God put me here because this was not my vision. I was going somewhere else. So He put me here, and I've been blessed to be able to work with kids, especially and families. So I just have a heart for helping our kids because I really understand what it means for these kids are our future. And if they're not mentally sound and well, then we're all in trouble. So we can't just, leave them behind. So my heart is here helping our kids. And I call them my kids when they come in because I welcome them with open arms and I work with families until we get the issue resolved.
Now, do you treat, now I know you said the kids, but do you treat people that was like victims of rape?
Mm-hmm.
as well?
Oftentimes, when people come in as adults and they come in for work-related issues or they come in for relationship issues, it's a high percentage that they also come back and they say, I had some type of abuse in my life that hadn't been dealt with. And so they can't function in relationships because they haven't dealt with their trauma. So that's like a very high percentage of, I would say, out of our case, so like 80% of the people who come in for one issue always end up disclosing some type of trauma.
All right. All right. So for more information,
you can go to our website at www.rcsbham.com. Everything is on our website. Our phone number is 205-675-6592. And you can find a lot of information, even on our website, about play therapy, about juvenile sex offending, CBT. We have a lot of information on our website and links to you to contact us to get more information and to set up an appointment if you need it.
All right. Well, Monique, thank you for taking so much time out your day because she sees a lot of clients. I'm so happy that's had to get early in the morning, everybody. But thank you again for this very important topic. And parents, please, people, caregivers, uncles, aunts, cousins, please share this video because it's a very important topic. And it's, summer. I kept starting off, summer's out. So,
can't leave them with anybody.
Yeah, can't leave them with anybody. So, please share this video with your kids, contents of it. So, thank you all again. And please check out my website, What's Happening in Birmingham, for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all again and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.